Welcome back. Joining us on the show now is Richa Singh. She's Managing Director, India and Middle East Natural Diamond Council. Richa, hi. Thank you so much for joining us here in CNBC studios. We've seen the numbers actually do quite well for themselves when you look at the last 1 year. Would really love to understand on, are Indians buying more diamonds now? Because we know that the gold prices are at an all-time high. Is diamond also actually getting taken into that rally?
Oh yes, of course. We keep saying we are Sone Pe Suhaga, so we are the cherry on the cake, and of course we are having the same run that gold is having. We are having a great year. I'm very happy to say that India has become the second largest consuming country for natural diamonds after the US. Of course, US is substantially larger, but we have become the second largest. And the consumer continues to show love and interest in diamonds, and the desirability continues to grow.
Okay, so the second largest consumer in the world now in sense of natural diamonds.
Yes.
Okay, so we do understand, Richa, that we've seen the rough diamond prices decline in this year. Also, when you look at the chart in last 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, there actually is a decline.
Yes.
Has that showed in the retail pricing as well, and has that been passed on to consumer?
So the retail pricing, if you see, it's a combination. Whenever we get any information, it's a combination of the jewelry, which is the making, the craftsmanship, the gold, and the diamonds. So that's the kind of information we get. But no, the prices are up depending on who we speak to. The prices are up 5 to 10% at a retail level. So the going is good. The retailer is adding value. So yes, of course, there's a difference between the rough or the finished jewelry pricing.
Richa, I mean, as you said, that we are growing at a much faster rate, and we've seen now competing with China in sense of numbers there. But within India, when you look at the numbers, where do you see the penetration now coming in? I mean, we do understand that the metros buy a lot, but tier 2, tier 3 cities, what is the kind of ticket size that we see being spent on diamonds?
So, in fact, tier 2, tier 3 have been our biggest buyers, or most engagement that we are seeing with the consumer is higher at tier 2 and tier 3. I've just come back from Indore. A beautiful store is open there. We were privy to it, and when you see the kind of engagement that you have from a 25-year, 30-year-old, not related to wedding, but the involvement in jewelry, it's very heartening. So I think the majority potential growth is coming from there. One number I can quote is that, De Beers report just said that in 2021, the average ticket size of diamond jewelry used to be about $560. Today, it's at $1,500. So in 2 years, to see a 3x increase in the total jewelry, a piece of jewelry cost, I think it's a fantastic place to be in.
Oh, absolutely. And the season is yet to begin. I mean, that starts from the month of August. So what are you anticipating for this year now in sense of sales? I mean, I know it's still early days, but I'm sure you've done your groundwork here. You are reaching out to a lot of retailers in various cities.
So depending on the size of retailer, I think the information that we have is anywhere from 7 to 10%. Some very conservative will say 5%, but we have some ambitious retailers who are talking about it. But everybody is positive about the season. It's not, Akshaya Tritiya was a good vibe, and the growth vis-a-vis last year and the current period. So I think the retailers are looking forward to season. I think the consumer is excited about the festivities. So we are, as an industry, we are excited and looking forward to the season, gearing up for it.
And, heading the Natural Diamond Council, it does come with its challenges, I'm assuming, and especially at a time where there's a big disruption in sense of lab-grown diamonds.
Yes. So, yes, lab-grown diamonds did keep us, shake us up a little and get excitement going. They didn't let us sit easy. Lab-growns, when they came in, when I joined the industry 6-8 years ago, when it started, the growth, the difference in the pricing was minimal. It was considered to be a great deal. Today, with the production increasing, I think that the consumer is realizing the gap in price. It is not being treated as the same category. It's a different category. It has a growth potential. It will grow. It's young, so the prices will stabilize soon, hopefully. But at this point, the consumer is not shifting from one to the other. They are two parallel tracks. Both will grow, and hopefully both will have a great season.
Okay. What is it that you see as a spend coming in from India? Is it more small ticket, larger ticket? And what really is the age group which is buying natural diamonds? I mean, I do understand there are beginners and then people upgrade and exchange and buy a bigger diamond. How are you bracketing it?
So, there is a traditional moments of purchase that have always existed, whether it's milestone, birthdays, anniversaries, shadis, and shadis still continue to be the largest time of purchase. But we are also seeing a lot more of youngsters coming, and when I say youngsters, sorry, I'm saying a 22 to a 30-year-old who's coming in and
They're
talking.
youngsters, all right.
We are all youngsters. But 22 to 30-year-old who's coming in, buying it as a celebration or to commemorate a moment. So whether it is a promotion I got, whether it's something great I did, I bought my first bangle when my daughter was born, and it was to celebrate, saying, hey, I did it while working full time. And so my biggest, most used piece of jewelry is this, and I think that that's the new consumer. But just to tell you, we define, when you said what is it that we see movement from locker jewelry to what we call a drawer jewelry or dressing table jewelry. People are buying pieces that they can wear and enjoy, not keep for only one moment or once a year. So you are seeing a lot more things that can be paired up, worn together. Big and small is their choice, but a lot of stacking happening, or solitaires, which seem to be back, and they are the most bought. From 30 pointers up till 2 carats, you have solitaires that are happening, which is the most loved word, whether it's a 25-year-old or a 45-year-old.
I can understand that. And thank you so much, Richa, for coming by and talking to us all those numbers and the expectations, of course, from this one industry, which doesn't see a downtrend ever. But as we wrap up on this edition of Halftime Report, we would like to thank all our viewers for your continued support. CNBC-TV18 recorded a viewership of 93% on counting day for the most unbiased and accurate coverage. Stock markets were reacting to the votes being counted. We had a viewership of 91%. CNBC-TV18 beat competition by a massive margin. From Investors to India Inc., the CNBC-TV18's election headquarters was the go-to for election insights. Once again, we thank you for your trust and faith in CNBC-TV18.